Hello, welcome. My name is Beth Osmer, and welcome to my YouTube channel. And we are new to YouTube, and sorry, I just got a text. We are new to YouTube, and I'm so glad that you are here. And if you like this video, never thought I'd ever say this stuff, like and subscribe to my video. We are moving our lives from Facebook onto YouTube. So my name is Beth Osmer, and I'm so incredibly glad that you are here. All right, so what we're going to be talking about today is what is a selfish empath? I'm going to tell a quick story to set the context of what I mean by a selfish empath. One, what is an empath? Let's talk about that. If you follow me, if you tune into me, most likely you're an empath. Now, an empath is someone who feels other people's emotions, feels the world, and feels things very, very deeply. And the challenge with an empath is that we feel things so deeply and we are tuned into other people in such an empathetic way that the challenge is taking on their emotions, taking on holding things for people too much, becoming too codependent in their feelings. And that is the shadow side of an empath, is when we take on too much. We can feel, but then we take it on, right? It becomes our own, or we can't distinguish the difference between like where our feelings start and their feelings stop, and vice versa. And but the thing is with an empath, and then I'm going to go into the story here in a second. The thing is with the empath is you're incredibly psychic, able to read energy in an incredibly powerful way. You can walk into a room and take a temperature of the emotions of the room, the energy of the room. You can sit with someone and be in sacred relationship, in a sacred conversation, and you can feel, oftentimes empaths can feel the emotions of animals and even plants. Very tapped in, very, very tapped in, and incredibly intuitive and psychic. Now, I'm an empath, and it's taken me a really long time to get to a place where my empathic powers did not run me, where I wasn't living in the shadow side of the empath, meaning taking everything on, collapsing from too much emotion, losing power, losing energy because I was so tapped into other people. Now, the selfish empath, let's come back to that. This hit me, this was a couple years ago. I was in a training, and it was like I was in a leadership training, and I was coaching in the training, and it was a big team. There was a lot of people on the training, and I was very, very tapped in to the trainer. And like, I adore him. He has supported me in ways I can't even tell you. He's like one of my heroes. So I was very tapped into him and very tapped into his feeling in a way that honestly might have been obtrusive, because I have that ability to go into other people's energy field. And not often do I have, I don't do this anymore, but sometimes I can be really sloppy. And this is what we're going to talk about. Um, because I was so invested in him, and not just invested in him, invested in what he thought about me, right? Like, I wanted to be a good coach. I wanted to be a good student. So I was very tuned into him, very tapped into him. And I could tell something was off, right? And I was probably energetically too close. I was probably crossing a boundary. But I was very, very tapped into him. And so what happened was, I could tell something was off. Like, I mean, he's a professional, he's a trainer. You'd have to really be tuned in to him on a deep level to really see if there was something off, because he holds himself in such a leadership role. But I could tell. So what did I do? I made it all about me. I made it all in my head, not to him, but in my head. I made it all about me. Like, what if he doesn't like me? What if he doesn't think I'm a good coach? What if he doesn't think I'm a good student? Like, I literally made whatever was going on with him about me. So, but I knew something was going on. And then later I found out there was something going on. There was something personal that he was dealing with, and I could feel it. Now, here's the selfish part. Here is the selfish part. Tapping into knowing there was something wrong, something that he was dealing with on a personal level, but making it all about me. And I have seen this in myself, and I've seen this with other empaths. And it's not just like, oh, you can feel that there's something going on with someone else, and you're wondering if it's about you. You're wondering if it's about you. That's the selfish piece. It's not, that is that part, yes, because we're not, you're like, I wasn't distinguishing between my own agenda, my own projections, my own insecurities, and placing it onto him instead of really just honoring my intuition and being of service to him energetically by maybe sending a prayer, not drawing on him energetically because by making it about me. So that's one way people can be selfish by being an empath, is tapping into things but then making it about you. Okay. Two, there's another reason you can make another selfish empath move. It took me a long time, a very long time to, not very, but it took me a long time to master my emotions enough. One, to not collapse and like, oh, I'm feeling so much. I cannot handle this. I cannot be a part of this because I'm feeling too much. And I see this a lot. And I see people, and I did it too, use I'm an empath as an excuse not to serve and not to show up. Like, it's too much. It's too big. It's too this. I'm too empathic to show up. I'm too empathic to do this. Now, there's a whole other discussion would be like being around someone who's abusive or toxic or narcissistic or vampiric, right? Like as narcissists, we need to, as narcissists, as empath, we really need to protect our energy. That's a different thing. I'm not talking about boundaries. I'm talking about when you allow your empathic powers to take you out of the game. When you allow your empathic powers to take you out of the game, meaning I can't do this because it's too much. That is where I see so many, I'm gonna take this bread off, I don't like it. So many empaths not show up powerfully, not serve the world because they think it's too much. Your empathic powers, your empathic abilities, that is your superpower. Because one, you're compassionate. Two, you can feel. And three, you're really psychic. So what a lot of what is missing in the world is one, people being able to tune into someone else and adjust their behavior to be of service to that person. We're missing that a lot. People are losing their compassion. People are losing empathy. We're in a game right now of big technology. We're up against a lot. So when you stay connected to your empathic powers and you do it powerfully, it's a way that you can actually show up and serve the world. And I know too many empaths that use their empathic powers as an excuse, and it is an excuse. And it is an excuse that it's too much is an excuse. When you, they, me have been gifted with this incredible, incredible superpower. And when we begin to strip away the selfishness, one, making it about us, it's too much, or tuning into someone and knowing it's something is off, and again, making it about us. I did that. I've done that for years because it's my own insecurities. But when we strip all that away, you learn how to manage your energy. And the biggest lie, I will say, or misconception is that empaths need to take things on. Then we need to feel it and take it on. Not true. You can feel something. And if you're one of those people that feels through your body, right? Like somatic, if you're one of those people, you've really got a task ahead of you to continue to not allow it to stay in your body. Feel it and flush it out. Create some sort of filtering system if you feel things in your body. At me as an empath, that's not how I process things. I'll feel it in my heart, but it's just this overall like sensation, and I'm a channel, so I'll hear. I'll hear and my heart will feel. And I know a lot of people who feel in their body and then they take it on, and then it's like, oh, and somewhere along the way you learned, and I learned, empaths have learned that that's our duty. It's not. It is not your duty. In fact, this is how some people get sick. This is how some people get sick. And I've talked about the empath narcissist relationship. It's classic. It's classic because the empath feels deeply, is so compassionate and so loving and so open-hearted that the narcissist feels into that. One, they want that because they don't feel that way about other people. They don't have that in them in this life. And two, we're forgiving. But I've seen people get sick over and over and over again by taking things on too much. Or another thing is like us being taken out. Like let's say you watch something on the news. I don't watch the news, but let's say you're watching something in the news or you heard about a neighbor who was really sick, right? You're going to feel it. As an empath, oh my gosh, you feel the pain. You could feel the pain in the family. You could feel the pain of the person. You could feel the pain, all of it. Then the question is, what do you do with it? By sitting home and collapsing and feeling into it does not serve. What serves is feeling into it, making sure that you are absolutely 100% in your power. If you take things in through your body, creating a filter system, and I could do another live on that. It's like, how do you create a filter system within your body? Step one is keep your aura up. Keep your aura up, mind your chakras. If you're not familiar with the chakras, look at something online and look at it. It's the energy points that in the body. And so that simple thing will support you. And as an empath, when you're in your superpower and when you're in your power and you're not collapsing or making it about you, I'm talking about myself here too. When we're not making it about us or collapsing, we have the ability to change the world, to shift the world. And oftentimes we don't even need to do anything or rescue anyone, because to use the example of the neighbor down the street who's having cancer and or dying, or if that's right, we're tuning into that. The biggest thing we can do, one, we can't save them. We can't rescue them. We can offer support, bring over a meal. If the person that's sick asks you to do some healing work, you could do that. But quite honestly, staying in your vibration of love and compassion and power is the biggest thing that is huge. It's huge because when we collapse in the energy and we take on too much, then it actually clouds our energy. And then I'll say this before we end. How do I say this? There's a lot that we're up against energetically as humans. There are a lot of powers out there. There's a lot of energies out there that do not want us in our full power. And empaths, so there's all of this mind fuckery, excuse my language, like, you can't handle it. You get collapse. Do this. The world's too much. I want to go back to my home planet. I can't handle it here. There's a lot of that talk sometimes in the spiritual world and with empaths. But the powers that be that want to keep us down, that want to keep us enslaved, and then want to keep us out of our superpowers want you to think those things. Because when you're empowered and when you're like an empath on a mission, your psychic powers boom, and then your spiritual warrior powers boom, and then your own power is boom, you're unstoppable. And I don't know about you, but I have a little bit of rebellion in me, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to shift this too sensitive narrative of an empath and shift it into power. Because honestly, it's our responsibility. If you have those, it's our responsibility to show up, not hide, not being it's too much, not being like it's, I can't handle. We get to be in positions of leadership. Because right now, and I'm not talking about like leadership of running the world type of leadership, because right now, psychopaths are running our world, sociopaths are running our world. I'm talking about leadership in your own life, leadership of showing up, leadership of using your psychic abilities, that type of leadership, leading your family, leading your mind, leading your consciousness, if you're leading your team at work, if you have that. Okay, so I hope this lands with you all, because the biggest takeaway is show up as an empath. And if you're in the I don't know how, next week I'll talk more about the how. The filtering systems of how to keep your energy clean and clear, how to be an empowered empath. And right now, don't worry about the how. The intention is everything. If you notice yourself, if this is one of your patterns of collapsing, of like it's too much, I'm too sensitive, it's bullshit. You're not too sensitive. You're brilliant. You're brilliant. And that's probably something someone told you as a kid anyway, right? All right. Yeah. Like this. We are like exactly, Jackie, like that. Whoever told you you're too sensitive, or if you're telling yourself that, it's yeah, I'm too sensitive. Yeah, I'm sensitive and I'm empowered. And I'm empowered. Right? Sensitivity is not a bad thing. It's an awesome thing. But we don't want it to collapse us or make us wrong or have us hide. Okay. All right. My name is Beth Osmer. And if you like this videos, please subscribe to our channel. We're in the middle of building it. And also for the next 3 days, I'll be going live in my private Facebook group called The Spiritual Warrior. If you are new to the Spiritual Warrior group, the link is here. On YouTube, you can find it, or you can go on Facebook and search The Spiritual Warrior. I will be going live for the next 3 days, 10:30 a.m. Pacific, inside the Spiritual Warrior Facebook. And we're going to be talking about the 3 pillars of what it means. There are many pillars, but we're choosing 3 pillars of what it means to be a spiritual warrior. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about responsibility. It kind of ties into this. The next day, it's going to be scarcity versus abundance. And the third day is courage. So join me live on Facebook for the next 3 days. And my name is Beth Osmer, and hope to see you there. Bye. Hi, Jackie. Oh, Jasmine. Hi, Jasmine. I haven't seen your name in a long time. I love you. That's right. Look what we've done already. It's incredible. 10:30. Yes. Thank you, Jackie. Yes. Tomorrow, 10:30, Wednesday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. Pacific in the Facebook group. So if you're not a part of the Facebook group, you could find the link on here, or go to YouTube, or not YouTube, Facebook, and say The Spiritual Warrior, and we'll let you in. Just apply to get in, not apply, but ask to get in, and we'll let you in. And if you're on my email list, we're going to be sending out reminders and the link to join me tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. All right, there's my dog. Okay, have a beautiful day. I love you, Jackie, and Janet. Hi, Janet, and Jasmine. Jasmine, I want to hear how you're doing. Okay, have a beautiful day.